Tom here, back for another video, and I'm actually back for another review, talking about this album right here. This is Decade of the Mad Imperial, with the album Heavyweight, from this year, 2016, coming out in September, so this month. I think it's up for pre-order, actually right now. I'll leave the link and all the information in the description, so you can grab it. Only limited to 200 copies, so it'll probably sell out sooner than later, so I definitely suggest jumping on it if you're at all even interested. So let me just talk about Decade, his background here for a little bit, if you're not familiar with him. He's from New York. He was in a group called Decade and the Wicked back in the 90s. I believe they formed in 1990, and I think they broke up in 97, somewhere around there. You could correct me if I'm wrong, Dick, but I think that's right. They put out one 12-inch, which was pretty rare now. It was dope. Definitely a dope 12-inch. Classic New York hip-hop, classic boom-bap stuff, but definitely pretty rare and hard to come by now, and a bit pricey when it does come up. So unfortunately, it's one I don't own, but hopefully one day I'll definitely own it. But this album definitely follows that same style of collegiate dope 90s New York hip hop. So if that's your thing, you're definitely gonna enjoy this. From the beats to the rhymes, the flow, everything, it's just great 90s New York stuff. So let me just get into the album here. I'll talk about the producers a little bit. What I really liked about the producers was that they were all European producers. I like how he went out and got a bunch of people from Europe, because there's a lot of great producers and hip-hop artists in Europe, all over the world, that probably don't get the shine and maybe not the respect, just the shine that they deserve. Because they do some great work, and they're just not as known probably as some of the guys from the U.S. just because they're not from the U.S. So people like Nightmare Beats down here, BBZ Darney, who I know is more well known, but he's more well known now, excuse me, but still, dope producer. BBZ Darney from Sweden, Nightmare Beats from the UK, I don't know if I mentioned that. 100%, who I wasn't as familiar with myself, was from Austria. Spark the Ism from Sweden. B. Lapointe, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, I'm still not sure. I've seen his name before a few times, still not sure how to pronounce it. From Belgium. Karsa, who I'm not familiar with either, from Russia, who's actually a feature on here as a producer and a rapper. That was pretty cool. Decade himself produces one track. Gingy Brown, who I believe is the son of Marion Brown, so that was really cool. Nice little something I didn't even know. I didn't know he had a son that produced and does music, so that's cool. And Spark the Ism once again does a remix. So that's it for the producers. 12 tracks, 6 tracks on each side. I'll show you the record. Here's the front, back, and labels. Done really well. Sounds good for the most part. I mean, he did this all by himself, so definitely a big shout out to Decade for putting this together himself, basically. So let me just talk about some of the tracks here. Most of their material is kind of braggadocious, kind of lyrical flexing, showing off his lyrical skills, which is great. 90s hip hop is definitely a big part of that, and that's the kind of hip hop that I love. Whatever people call rapidy rap or whatever you call it nowadays, but just fantastic hip hop to me. Yeah, so let's go through some of the tracks here. Heavyweight, first track, name of the album as well, produced by Nightmare Beats. It was a really nice track for the beginning, kind of a female vocal sample in there. Just basically saying, I'm here, this is what you can expect on the album. And he's saying you can expect some real shit, so that's cool. Track 2, Know What I'm Saying, produced by BBZ Darney. A track that was released, I believe, one of the earliest tracks to be released back in 2014 or 15, but it still ended up being one of my favorite tracks. Just from the beat and everything, it stayed as one of my favorite tracks. I love that beat. It's such a dope, smooth, kind of jazzy beat. Some great piano work. I don't know if it's a piano sample or what that BBZ Darney used for that, but the piano is just so dope on that track. I just love it. Track 3, We New York, or We NY, which was also produced by BBZ Darney, which you can probably guess kind of from the name is what it's going to be about. Him talking about being just from New York and kind of where hip hop started in New York, bringing it back. But once again, BBC Darnian beat, just killing it. Some really nice kind of crisp, hard hitting drums on that one. Yeah, really nice crispy drums. I love that. I love that. Track 4, which I'm probably gonna butcher the name of, is Thalamus Bless Part 3, or Thalamus Bless Part 3, which features B Danger, his brother from Decade and the Wicked. Another great track, I believe, was produced by 100%. It was really cool. Another kind of nice, smooth, jazzier beat, but once again, really nice drums. All these guys all pick great drums for their beat selection. Obviously, I'm not gonna ask them where they got them, but I would love to because they pick out some great stuff. Track 5 and 6. Track 5 was produced by 100%. Once again, another kind of braggadocious lyrical flexing track. And then track 6, The Hardest by Spark the Ism. Definitely another one of my favorite tracks. It's more great rhyme and stuff, but kind of short but sweet, right to the point. Definitely one that's worth checking out. I don't know if actually how much of this stuff I could play, but I will put one track on for you guys in the background. This was Know What I'm Saying, which came out a while ago. I hope it's alright, so hope you guys can get a little bit of sense of what to expect on here. So track 1 on side 2, called Gutter, kind of moving into a bit darker, maybe more gloomy, I would say, feel. Also produced by 100%, but definitely a bit more gloomy feel. Really enjoy that one. Kind of more talking about gutter shit, street life, kind of more stuff like that. Track 2 on side 2, I really enjoyed. Thought this was a really cool concept, really cool idea, called Ghetto Hell / Ghetto Heaven. It starts off kind of also a bit more gloomy, more darker, produced by B. LaPointe again, and then it just morphs into kind of this more uplifting kind of track. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just really cool idea. I really enjoyed the first part though. I really enjoyed the darkness, like the gloominess of that track though. It was really cool. This one actually features spoken word vocals by Mrs. Beverly Ann Harris. That's cool. Track 3 on side 2 was The Stuff featuring Karsa, who was the Russian rapper producer. She does rap in Russian, so I also know what she's saying, but it sounded good, and the beat sounded kind of like a, if I can compare it to anything, it would maybe be like a Giant Mind Trick, something like that. Just like a kind of really menacing, heavy beat, like kind of epic beat, like something's coming. Best way I can describe it. Tracks 4 and 5 are the tracks from 96, which I talked about, Get Done, produced by Decade himself. So that was really cool. Yeah, both of these tracks are, you just straight up, you can tell that they're from 96. Like I said, the quality was just a little bit different than the other stuff. Not that it was bad. Not that it was bad at all, because you can definitely, hear it just fine. But the beat itself really nice. Kind of, I believe it was a violin. It was a background violin-based beat. But once again, it sounded great. Nice drums. Get Done. And then We All Gonna Die, track 5, produced by Dingy Brown, Marion Brown's son. Starts off with the kind of little skit about a couple guys trying to rob him for his watch, but it doesn't quite work out for him. And name of the track, We All Gonna Die, you could probably figure out what it leads to. And then track 6 is just a remix of The Hardest featuring 10 Minus. 10 Minus, rapper from Holland, who I wasn't as familiar with, but he lays down a really great verse, really cool. I'd like to hear more from him, maybe rapping a bit more in English, but still, I really enjoyed it. So overall, great album. I like the mix of a couple older tracks and newer stuff. It fit in really well. The old tracks fit in really great with the flow and the tracking of the album. Yeah, definitely that 90s boom bap feel, boom bap vibe. If that's what you're into, 90s boom bap, go check out this album. I'll leave some links in the description. That's for sure. And there is actually a Decade and the Wicked project coming 2017. So Decade and the Wicked are coming back. Not sure how soon it's going to be in 2017 or anything like that, but it's in the works, guys, so it's definitely something to be excited about. If you're a fan of Decade and the Wicked, or just great New York hip-hop, be on the lookout for that. Like I said, links in the description, and that's it. Thank you to Decade and Mad Imperial for putting out this record, sending it out, and, you know, definitely check it out. Alright, guys. That's it. Have a good day. Talk to you guys later. Peace.